Greetings and salutations. Quick shout out to the two Uber comrades on Patreon supporting this channel and my content. My partner, thank you, Ressa. And Independent Left News, definitely check out Independent Left News. So it's pretty interesting. Harvard, I think it's the Ash Center at Harvard, conducted this poll about the Chinese people and how much they support their government. And it's quite revealing and starkly different than the numbers that you see for people here in the US, how they view the US government. And, it makes complete sense. The US government doesn't look out for the best interests of the masses for the working class. They put the interest of, capital and imperialism always first, and if the working class is thought of at all, it's always an afterthought or an aside, and working class in the United States is always getting fucked over. Hence, maybe one of the reasons that people in the US distrust the government so much and don't have favorable opinions of it. Juxtapose that to China, they see that the Chinese Communist Party, the Chinese government, is actually working in the best interest of the people there. They've seen that since the Chinese Revolution, Socialist Revolution that took place in 1949, I believe the number is what they were able to lift 800 million, maybe more people out of poverty. They're, the Belt and Road Initiative, they're really, going in on green energy. They just outlawed cryptocurrency today, which is amazing because crypto is hugely destructive to the environment. It takes a huge, massive amount of energy, for that mining or whatever it's called. Their mass transit is light years above the US. The, CPC, the Marxist-Leninist Mao Zedong thought, or socialism with Chinese characteristics, has really just done so many amazing things for the masses there. No wonder they have such a favorable view of their government compared to people in the US. So let's check out this article. Again, this is from Harvard. This isn't from, I don't know, Marxist.org or, whatever. This is a very mainstream publication, and yet this is from 2020. It just shows really how much people in China really think of their government.
What are you reading about?
About China and what people they think of their government.
Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty.
Yep, I was right. The Ash Center. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So that's one of the people at the Ash Center there who conducted this survey. So here we go. Levels of government and public opinion. Again, this is from Harvard, 2020. I'll link it down below. Survey team found that compared to public opinion patterns in the US and China, there was a very high satisfaction with the central government. 2016, the last year the survey was conducted, 95.5% respondents were either relatively satisfied or highly satisfied with Beijing. In contrast to these findings, Gallup reported in January of this year that their latest polling on U.S. citizen satisfaction with the American federal government revealed only 38% respondents are satisfied with the federal government. So more than double in China that have favorable views of the government compared to the U.S. So pretty interesting, but again, not surprising, right? If you actually look at the material conditions, if you actually have a concrete analysis of the concrete conditions, as Lenin talked about, this poll makes complete sense, right? Again, the Chinese Communist Party is looking out for the best interests of the masses there through their program of socialism with Chinese characteristics. The United States is a decaying empire where, again, the needs of a tiny few at the top, the capitalist class, the bourgeoisie, their needs are, always put first through, government policy and action, whether it be, Democrat or Republicans in charge of the various branches of government holds true for, either of those scenarios. So it's not surprising that, we have this juxtaposition here, right? But again, if you listen to mainstream, media, you wouldn't get this, perception at all, right? Yeah, so not surprising, right? So I'll leave this article down below, but I just thought it was really, really interesting. And again, it also makes me think of that poll that came out recently that was conducted in Russia that showed a plurality of people there by a pretty wide margin wanted a return to Soviet style government because they, been living under a capitalist neoliberal system for a few decades where their standard of living has been decreased. All these public services have been, cut or eliminated completely. So, I mean, 95.5% of people in China in 2016 had either highly favorable or favorable view of the government, compared to only 38% of the U.S. That, again, not surprising, but I think it should be pointed out. Like the video if you like the video, subscribe for more content. Peace, all proud of people.